Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. Don't forget, grab your smartphone and download the Lava Matra app and stay in touch. Guru Maharaj's message is your advantage. The following is a reading from the new Sri Krishna Chaitanya book by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj on June 19th, 2020 in Sri Mayapur, India.
Mangalang ayate garim Tatchithataman Vande Sri Gurum Ninathadinam Paramanandamadavam Sri Chaitanya Iswaram Harihi Om Tat Sat. So we had our temple of the planetarium, the exhibition and planetarium meeting this night.
So, we had the Temple of Vedic Planetarium, the exhibition and planetarium meeting this evening.
That's why the class is late today.
That's why the class is late today.
Not expecting any evening classes before on next Wednesday, before the 1st of July.
Not expecting any meeting before the next Wednesday, 1st of July.
Tomorrow is Saturday, the 20th.
So tomorrow is Saturday, 20th.
Wednesday is Rath Yatra Day, 23rd.
Wednesday is the Rath Yatra Day, 23rd.
We hope you all register in the website.
We hope that you all had registered in the website
www.mercyonwheel.com.
www.mercyonwheel.com.
We're expecting thousands of registrations from Bangladesh.
We are expecting thousands of registrations from Bangladesh.
We hope that all the devotees are praying for that if Krishna so pleases that His Holiness Bhakti Swami may recover his health.
And we are hoping that everyone is praying, if Krishna so pleases, may His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami recover.
Tonight
we are reading the affectionate inclinations of Sri Gaurahari towards His own devotees.
চৈতন্য ভাগবত মধ্যখণ্ড। পণ্ডিত বলেন প্রভু মোর কোন দুঃখ, যার ঘরে সুপ্রসন্ন তোমার শ্রীমুখ।
Srivas Pandit said,
Srivas Pandit said,
O Lord Gauranga,
O Lord Gauranga,
what sadness can I have
what sadness can I have
when your auspicious face, lotus face, is present in my house?
শোক শতান। প্রভুর বচন তখন শুনিয়া শ্রীবাস লটাইয়া ভূমি, বলে শুনো নাথ, তব রসভঙ্গ সহিতে না পারি আমি।
Then hearing these words of the Lord, Srivas Pandita began rolling on the ground, crying out, Please hear me, O Lord, I am simply not able to tolerate any disturbance or interruption of the ecstatic mellows of your kirtan.
Srivas Pandit was totally fixed on pleasing the Lord.
So Srivas Pandit was totally fixed on pleasing the Lord.
And he wanted the Lord's kirtan to go uninterrupted.
He wanted the Lord's kirtan to go on uninterrupted.
And therefore he didn't tell about his sons leaving his body.
And therefore he didn't tell about his sons leaving his body.
শেষে আছিলেন যত সকল মহান্ত কহিলেন পণ্ডিতের পুত্রের বৃত্তান্ত।
Finally, the great devotees were present.
Finally, the great devotees who were present,
They told Lord Gauranga about Srivas Pandit's sons.
they told Lord Gauranga about Srivas Pandit's sons' situation.
সভ্রমে বলয়ে প্রভু কহ কতক্ষণ শুনিলেন চারিদণ্ড রজনী যখন।
The Lord Gauranga gravely asked,
The Lord Gauranga gravely asked,
when did this happen?
when did this happen?
He heard that the incident occurred early in the evening.
He heard then the incident had happened early in the evening.
তোমার আনন্দ ভঙ্গ ভয়ে শ্রীনিবাস কাহারেও ইহা নাহি করেন প্রকাশ।
Srinivas Pandit was afraid that he would break your ecstasy.
Srivas Pandit was afraid that he would break your ecstasy.
Therefore, he did not inform anyone
Therefore, he did not inform anyone
about this.
this.
পরলোক হইয়াছে আড়াই প্রহর এবে আজ্ঞা দেহ কার্য করিতে সত্তর।
He has left his body 2.5 hours or 7.5 hours ago.
He had left his body 7.5 prahars or
2.5 hours, 7.5 hours.
2.5 hours or 7.5
2.5 hours.
2.5 prakars or 7.5 hours ago.
1 prahar is 3 hours.
1 prahar is 3 hours.
So please give your order and we'll go
So please,
to perform the last rites.
so please give your orders. We will go to perform the last rites.
একটি তনয় মরিয়াছে নাথ তাহে মোর কিবা দুঃখ যদি সব মরে তোমারে হেরিয়া তবু তো পাইব সুখ।
Only one of my sons had died, O Lord, and has that really made me upset? Even if all of my sons die, then I will certainly get more enough happiness by seeing you.
So normally the householders, if they lose a child, they suffer a great lamentation.
Normally, if a householder, if they lose their child, they suffer a great lamentation.
But Srivas Pandit was so dedicated to Lord Chaitanya
But Srivas Pandit was so dedicated to Lord Chaitanya
that if he saw Lord Chaitanya, then he would only feel happiness.
that if he saw Lord Chaitanya, then he would only feel happiness.
তব নৃত্যভঙ্গ হইলে আমার মরণ হইতে হরি তাই কুসংবাদ না দিল তোমারে বিপদ আশঙ্কা করি।
I would certainly die on the spot if I were to interrupt your chanting, O dancing, O Lord. That is why I did not inform you of this bad news, for I was dreading of the calamity of disturbing your ecstasy.
So Sridhar Pandit, he thought to disturb the chanting and dancing of Lord Gaurahari.
So Srivas Pandit thought that to disturb the chanting and dancing of Lord Gaurahari
Would be like death to him.
would be
To
like
him.
would be like death to himself.
So he didn't inform the Lord about the death of his son.
So he did not inform the Lord about the death of his son,
Being afraid that it would disturb the Lord's kirtan.
being afraid that it would disturb the Lord's kirtan.
So much was he dedicated to Lord Auranga.
So much was he dedicated to Lord Gauranga.
এবে আজ্ঞা দেহ মৃত্যু সুত লয়ে সৎকার করুণ সবে এতক শুনিয়া গোরা দ্বিজমণি কাঁদিতে লাগিল তবে।
Lord, if you will kindly grant us your permission now, then we shall all take the boy's body and perform the proper funeral rites. Hearing this much from the mouth of Srivasa Pandit, the jewel of twice born, Lord Gaura Sundara then broke down and began to weep piteously on the spot.
Lord Gauranga was so affected by the great qualities of his devotee, Srivas Pandit,
Lord Gauranga was greatly affected by the great qualities of his devotee Srivas Pandit.
that he cried piteously in appreciation of his devotee's love for him.
He cried piteously in appreciation for his devotee's love for him.
শুনি শ্রীবাসের অতি অদ্ভুত কথন গোবিন্দ গোবিন্দ প্রভু করেন স্মরণ।
Hearing the wonderful qualities of Srivas Pandit,
Hearing the wonderful qualities of Srivas Pandit,
the Lord began to chant the name Govinda Govinda,
the Lord began to chant the name Govinda Govinda,
remembering the Lord.
remembering the Lord.
শ্রীবাসের ন্যায় ভক্ত সঙ্গ ত্যাগে প্রভুর অনিচ্ছা। প্রভু বলে হেন সঙ্গ ছাড়িব কেমতে এত বলি মহাপ্রভু লাগিলা কান্দিতে।
Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu said, how can I give up such association?
Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu said, how can I give up such association?
Saying this, these words, Gauranga Mahaprabhu, he began to cry.
Saying these words, Gauranga Mahaprabhu began to cry.
Since Lord Gauranga, according to the prediction, he'll be 24 years as a Grihastha and 24 years as a sannyasi.
Since Lord Gauranga, according to the prediction, will be 24 years as Grahastha and 24 years as a sannyasi.
As a sannyasi, he has to leave Navadvip and go elsewhere.
As a sannyasi, he should leave Navadvip and go elsewhere.
So he was thinking, how can I give up such a loving association as Srivas Pandit?
So he was thinking, how can I give up such a loving association of Srivas Pandit?
And he began to cry.
And began to cry.
প্রভু বলে হেন সঙ্গ পুত্র শোক না জানিল যে মহারে প্রেমে হেন সব সঙ্গময় ছাড়িব কেমনে।
How will I give up the transcendental association
How will I give up the transcendental association
of one who out of love for me does not lament the loss of his son?
of one who does not lament out of love for me for the loss of his son?
You can translate what I said. I read that. Srivas, he has so much love for Lord Chaitanya that he didn't lament for his own son.
So Srivas, he had love for Lord Chaitanya that he did not lament for his son.
So much love.
So much love for Lord Chaitanya that he did not lament for his son.
So this impressed Lord Gauranga so much,
So this impressed Lord Gauranga so much.
and he was thinking, how can I give up such a wonderful, loving association?
So he was thinking, how can I give up such a wonderful loving association?
Yeah.
Householders become disturbed with lamentation when a calamity occurs in their family. Yet, even the lamentation arising out of a householder's separation from his most beloved child could not bewilder Srivasa because he was in the association of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, the devotees of the Lord are not considered products of matter or counted among ordinary people. There is no possibility for one who is totally intoxicated with love for Krishna to have love for objects not related to Krishna. On seeing the unique example of love exhibited by Srivas Pandita, the foremost of Lord Gaurasundara's friend in Navadvipa, the Lord had no desire to leave his association and go anywhere else.
কেমনে এসবে ছাড়িয়া যাইব পরাণ বিকল হয় সে কথা শুনিয়া ভকতি বিনোদ মনেতে পাইল ভয়।
Crying and crying, the Lord thought within himself, how could I possibly abandon such loving servitors and go elsewhere by taking sannyasa? If I were to do so, my heart would certainly split. Hearing this type of talk, Bhakti Vinoda's mind became somewhat fearful.
Lord Chaitanya knew that
So Lord Chaitanya knew that
he would take sannyas,
he would take sannyas.
but he was thinking, how can I leave such a loving association?
But he was thinking, how can I leave such a loving association?
So this is causing him great distress.
So this is causing him great distress.
এত বলি মহাপ্রভু কান্দেন নির্ভর ত্যাগ বাক্য শুনি সবে চিন্তেন অন্তর।
After speaking in this way,
After speaking in this way,
Gauranga Mahaprabhu, he cried profusely.
Gauranga Mahaprabhu, he cried profusely.
And the others heard Lord Chaitanya speaking about renunciation.
On the other side, Lord Chaitanya speaking about renunciation.
The others became very thoughtful.
The others became very thoughtful.
Previously, no one in Navadvip would think that Lord Chaitanya would leave his loving mother, loving wife, and all the devotees.
Previously in Navadvip, people could not think Lord Chaitanya leaving his loving mother, loving wife.
But now, Lord Gauranga, he was mentioning
But now Lord Gauranga, he was mentioning
how could he leave such a loving devotee
how can he leave such a loving devotee
like Srivas.
like Srivas.
So this was the first hint that devotees had that he might take sannyas.
So this was the first hint that the devotees had that he might take sannyas.
নাহি জানি কি প্রমাদ পরয়ে কখন অন্য হন্যে চিন্তয়ে সকল ভক্তগণ।
They didn't know the different devotees, they were discussing among themselves,
The different devotees, they were discussing among themselves,
but they could not understand when such a calamity would happen.
but they could not understand when such a calamity would happen.
This was the first that they came about and taking sannyas, and not say they're hoping that it might happen long from now.
This was the first hint about him taking sannyas, and
They're hoping that it would happen long from now.
hoping that would happen long from now.
গার্হস্থ ছাড়িয়া প্রভু করিবে সন্ন্যাস তবে ধনী করি কান্দে ছাড়িয়া নিঃশ্বাস।
Giving off his, they concluded that he would give up his household life, that the Lord Gauranga would give up his household life
They could predict that Lord Gauranga would give up his household life
and take sannyas.
and take sannyas.
And therefore, he cried loudly and gave and sighed.
Therefore he cried loudly and sighed.
Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he was writing poetry of this pastime.
So Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he was writing a poetry of this pastime,
And he was deeply moved by the expressions of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
and he was deeply moved by the expressions of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
So you can see how Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu is deeply moved by the love of his devotees.
So we can see how Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu was deeply moved by the love of his devotee.
He says in Bhagavad Gita that
He says in the Bhagavad Gita that he
reciprocates with his devotees' love.
reciprocates with his devotees' love.
But Srivas Thakur had such love
But Srivas Thakur had such love
that even Lord Gauranga was moved by his love.
that even Lord Gauranga was moved by his love.
Normally, grihastas have lament if there's any misfortune in their house.
Normally, the Grahasthas would lament if there is any misfortune at their house.
But Srivas Pandit had such love for Lord Chaitanya
But Srivas Pandit had such love for Lord Chaitanya
that he did not lament over his son's death.
that he did not lament over his son's death.
Rather, he was simply worrying Lord Chaitanya's kirtan would be disturbed.
Rather, he was simply worried about that Lord Chaitanya's kirtan would be disturbed.
And Lord Chaitanya, he wouldn't mind if Srivas had informed that his son had died.
Lord Chaitanya, he won't mind if Srivas would have informed that his son had died.
This is a normal thing.
This is a normal thing.
But Srivas is so exceptional
But Srivas was so exceptional
that he didn't inform the Lord,
that he didn't inform the Lord,
being afraid that he would disturb the Lord's ecstasy.
being afraid that he would disturb the Lord's ecstasy.
So, such love is not visible normally.
So, such love is not visible normally.
And that was very impressive to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
That was very impressive to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Any questions?
Any questions? Dear Guru Maharaj, please accept my respectful obeisances. I heard Srivas Pandita is the embodiment of a devotee of Krishna. Could you tell us more about him? I understand that he always accompanies Lord Chaitanya in his pastime. Who is he in the pastimes of Lord Krishna? Your insignificant daughter Lokapalika Devi Dasi, Moscow, Russia.
Srivas Pandit is Narada Muni
Srivas Pandit is Narada Muni
in Krishna's pastime.
in Krishna's pastimes.
And you can see that he has exceptional qualities of devotion.
We can see that he has exceptional qualities of devotion.
And in Panchatattva mantra we say, Srivas Adi Gaurabhaktavinda, Srivas and all the other devotees of Lord Gauranga.
In the Panchatattva mantra we say, Srivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Srivas and all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Srivas is the chief devotee.
So Srivas is the chief devotee.
There are so many devotees of Lord Gauranga.
There are so many devotees of Lord Gauranga.
Of them, the chief is Srivas Pandit.
Of them, the chief is Srivas Pandit.
There are so many devotees.
But there are so many devotees.
And some of them are mentioned in the Chaitanya Charitamrita
Sometimes it's mentioned in the Chaitanya Charitamrita,
and the Adi Lila.
in the Adi Leela.
Thank you, Lokapalika,
Thank you, Lokapalika
Devidasa.
Devi Dasi. Dear Guru Maharaj, please accept my respectful obeisances. Are insects and animals that die during Kirtan get liberation from material bondage? And what could be the destination of a mosquito after being killed by a devotee while chanting the holy name? And what could be the reaction to the devotee? Your insignificant servant, Achintya Nitai Das.
Well, Prabhupada was scolded the devotees in Calcutta
So, Prabhupada scolded the devotees in Calcutta
for placing a dark blue velvet curtain,
for placing a dark blue velvet curtain
which attracted many mosquitoes.
which attracted many mosquitoes.
And then the devotees would kill the mosquitoes.
Then the devotees would kill the mosquitoes.
And the Prabhupada said you're attracting them and then you're killing them.
So Prabhupada said that you are attracting them and killing them.
So you should put some other curtain
So that you should put some other curtains
which will not attract so many mosquitoes.
which would not attract so many mosquitoes.
So if we mosquito biting us and they kill it in self-defense. If a mosquito is biting us,
If the mosquito is biting us, we may kill it for self-defense.
but we should avoid just killing mosquitoes.
We should avoid just killing mosquitoes.
Prabhupada would have the dhuna or the frankincense burnt in his room and the windows open and the mosquitoes would fly out.
Prabhupada would have the dhunas or the frankincense burning in the room and open the window and they fly out.
Haridas Thakur said that if we loudly chant, and insects and plants may reap the benefit by hearing the holy name.
Haridas Thakur says that if we loudly chant, the insects, the plants will reap the benefit.
There was someone who they took an regression to his previous life,
There was someone who took regression to his previous life,
and he said in his previous life he was a butterfly.
He said that in his previous life he was a butterfly.
He went into some place where there was a statue and some fruit in front of the statue.
He went to some place, there was a statue and there was a fruit in front of the statue.
He landed on the fruit
He landed on the fruit
to eat the fruit,
to eat the fruit,
and someone came out
and someone came out
and killed him.
and killed him.
In the next life he was a human being,
And the next life he was a human being,
a devotee.
a devotee.
So in this case, it seemed that he was eating a fruit offering offered to a deity of Krishna.
In this case, it seems that the food offered to the deity of Krishna.
We don't know if Krishna's deity or someone else.
We don't know whether it was Krishna's deity or someone's. Question. Please accept our respectful obeisances onto your lotus feet, dearest Guru Maharaj. When praying for our spiritual master, we are desperate to have their association. And when we pray for their stay here, we can't really say from the heart the phrase if Krishna desires, because that means if we are okay to accept even if the Lord desires otherwise. Is it due to my deep-rooted bodily concept of life? Please help me to be sincere in my prayers. Your insignificant servant, Lalitangi Radha Devi. Dasi.
Anyway, whatever Krishna wants will happen.
Anyway, whatever Krishna wants would happen.
We don't want to do our devotion to Krishna as some kind of business deal.
We don't want to do our devotion to Krishna as some kind of business deal.
I do worship to you, you satisfy what I want.
I do worship you, you satisfy my desires.
If Krishna wants something, then even if it's not what we want, we accept it that
If
he knows best.
If Krishna wants something and we want something else, then we know that Krishna knows best.
Therefore, we say, if it so pleases you,
So we say that if he so pleases you. Dear Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All the devotees from the spiritual world, Yashoda, Nanda Maharaja, etc., were Nitya Siddhas who appeared in Gaura Leela. But Srivas had wife and children in Gaura Leela. How do we understand this? Geeta Varadarajan.
so Sati Mata came in Gaura. She's not different from Devaki or Yasoda.
Sachimata, who came in Gaura Leela, she is not different from Devaki or Yasoda.
So similarly, Sridhar's wife was Malini,
Similarly, Srivasa's wife was Rohini,
and,
Malini.
and she was a great devotee of Lord Nityananda.
And she was a great devotee of Lord Nityananda.
So what's difficult to understand this?
So it's difficult to understand. What's the difficult to understand this?
That sometimes the Lord's devotees come in different roles in the pastime of the Lord.
Sometimes the Lord's different devotees come in different roles in the pastimes of the Lord.
So, like that, Srivas had a wife and children,
Like that, Srivas had wife and children.
but although he was a grihastha,
But although he was a grihastha,
he had one love for Lord Gauranga.
He had more love for Lord Gauranga.
Haribol.
Hari Bol.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much.
Do you like our ad-free videos? Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day, and don't forget to like and share our channel.